Buckeye Nation, what's poppin'? Crazy Dog coming at you on the Buckin' Crazy YouTube channel with a very special Buckeyes schedule video, as earlier today, the kickoff times for Ohio State's first 3 games of the season, all at home by the way, were officially announced, and to nobody's surprise, they got the Buckeyes opening the season at home against Texas in that big rematch of the Cotton Bowl from the college football playoff last year, kicking off at noon on Fox. And as you can imagine, Buckeye fans aren't really too pleased with that, me included. Mainly because you're talking about putting one of the biggest games of the year, right? To start off the season. A rematch from the college football playoff in the shoe at noon. Gotta love Fox, right? And the sad part is, it's going to be like this all year. They're going to do this to us all year because, as you know, Ohio State is Fox's cash cow. They love Ohio State. And I believe Fox actually has first dibs. So they can pick whatever game they want between, of course, NBC/Peacock, CBS, and of course, Fox and Big Ten Network. Yeah. And the really sad thing is, we all know next year when Ohio State goes to Texas, since that game's on ESPN, that'll be a night game. And you know that place is going to be popping. It's really going to piss Buckeye fans off. Because we could have had that too. The recruiting ramifications would have been immense for Ohio State. I mean, they could have loaded up that whole weekend with recruiting. Right? That would have been a freaking cash cow. Not only for Ohio State, but for Fox or even whatever network. It would have been insane. But alas, noon kickoff. Yay. Yep. Which means that crowd is probably not going to be as juiced as it would have been for a night game. Because, let's be honest here, there's going to be a metric ton of elderly there. And they're boomers, and they don't really like to get up and get loud. And I've heard stories of the elderly at the Buckeye games yelling at the younger crowd to sit down and be quiet. You know, because, they want to be at the game, and they'd rather be there and ruin the vibe than, watch from their couch and let the place be one of the most hostile atmospheres in college football. It's just the way it is. They love the noon games. All thanks to our old athletic director. But it is what it is. So yeah, we got Texas at noon. Lovely. Awesome. Then week 2, we have Grambling State at home. That's at 3:30. Okay. And then we have the big matchup against Ohio University at 7 on Peacock. So possibly the lone Ohio State home night game will be on Peacock. Now, to be honest, Peacock is actually not that bad. Right? It's actually pretty dope. I'm pretty sure they're going to have Noah Eagle calling the game. I don't know who else they would have, but if it's him doing it, that'd be awesome. That'd be cool. I don't know what Notre Dame's schedule looks like, because he usually does their games, but yeah, that would be pretty cool. But Peacock isn't even bad, right? But hey, we have a night game. Just like last year, we face a MAC team at night. How many MAC teams have we faced at night the last couple of years? Wasn't the Akron game at night? Toledo? Possibly? Last year, Western Michigan. This year, Ohio. Now, what really pisses me off is the fact that I saw earlier, right after the kickoff times were released, that our week 1 game against Texas will be the 7th consecutive noon kickoff for Ohio State. And I actually couldn't believe it. So I had to do a little digging, right? We go on to fbschedules.com and we look at the schedule. And my God, they're right. Dating back to October 26th last year against Nebraska. Noon kickoff. Penn State on the road. Noon kickoff. Purdue at home. Noon kickoff. Northwestern. Noon kickoff. Indiana. Noon kickoff. And of course, the team up north. Noon kickoff. By the way, I should clarify, that's 7 consecutive regular season noon kickoffs. Obviously, they weren't going to have the Buckeyes playing at noon in the playoffs. Hell no. Now, we were prime time every week for that. I love it. Granted, every game was on ESPN, ABC. And I tell you, if Ohio State was still connected to ESPN, this game would have been at night. 3:30 earliest. Because Fowler and Herbstreit just love doing Ohio State games. You know? But no, we get Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt at noon. It's not like it's illegal for them to do night games. I remember they did Ohio State, Minnesota at night. Remember that? That was fun. I remember years ago they did Ohio State, Oklahoma at night. But no, this year, Texas at the shoe at noon. Yay. Now, as far as the rest of the season, the Buckeyes have a bye week on September 20th. And then they go to Washington. So I know that game will be most likely a night game. Most likely 10 o'clock. I think the earliest is maybe 3:30. And then they are back home to face Minnesota. That game is probably going to be a noon or 3:30. I could see that game being on CBS for some reason. Yeah. You know they got to give Brad and Gary at least one Ohio State game. They have to. I think it'll be that game. And then we have Illinois on the road. Noon game, because of course. But no, they could make that game a night game on NBC. Imagine. That would be crazy. Wisconsin. That game probably going to be a 3:30 or a night game. Possibly. Then we have a bye week. And then the big one. Penn State at the shoe. Would they actually put us at home at night against Penn State? I would love it. But it's probably not going to happen. They're going to put us at noon. Then we have Purdue on the road. That'll be a noon game. UCLA at Ohio State. That'll probably be like a 3:30 kickoff. And then Rutgers at home. Noon game. And then, of course, the team up north. That'll be at noon. Of course. Like always. But yeah, so quick little video. Ultimately, you know, it sucks, but that's just the way it is. Ohio State is Fox's cash cow, and that's just the way it's going to be, right? Sucks, but that's just the way it is. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And yeah, before you know it, training camps will start up, and we'll be seeing videos of the guys getting to work in the summer. It'll be fun. I'm here for it. It'll be here before you know it, though. That's how crazy it is. Time is flying by. It's already almost June, which means camp season's almost here. And of course, don't forget, official visit weekend is here, #1 for Ohio State. We'll see if we get any booms coming up. I'm sure there'll be a couple. We'll see. But with that being said, as always, I'm Crazy Dog coming at you on the Buckin' Crazy YouTube channel. Let's go, Bucks. Gotta love Fox, right? Of course, Big Noon. Love it. Ugh. But I'll see you guys later. Go Bucks. OH. I'm out. Bye-bye.